Hey guys, welcome back. Chuck Quinton here, founder of RotarySwing.com. Do you struggle with consistency in your golf swing? Yeah, of course, Chuck, I struggle with consistency. Everybody does, right? That's what you're thinking to yourself. But do you understand why? I want to talk about a really important concept today that I call the fulcrum. And it's going to help you understand why you're struggling with consistency and how to get it back, or maybe introduce it for the first time into your swing. Because this is a core fundamental to rotary swing, and why RST, the Rotary Swing Tour methodology, is so unique is because we explain things in pretty simple terms that make sense. They're based on physics and biomechanics, and these things aren't arguable. So it's going to be really, really simple to understand why you're struggling with your consistency. And today we're going to talk about that fulcrum and why it's probably moving in your swing and how to stop it. So when you think about this, I want you to think about like a grandfather clock for a second. A grandfather clock has a pivot point at the top, and it's just swinging back and forth. And we could use the club to kind of mimic that, right? If I keep the fulcrum, the pivot point up here, constant, that grandfather clock's always going to hit the bottom of the swing arc in the same spot every single time. It's never once going to miss it. At the end of the day, this is the whole key to iron play. Getting that divot to bottom out with a square face in the same path every single time, golf's really simple. However, what happens when I start moving that fulcrum around? Oh man, I know I want to hit this spot down here, but oh, I missed it that time, and oh, I got it that time, that was a little chunky, oh, thin that time. Every time I move that fulcrum and put it in a different spot, the club can't bottom out in the same place. Well, no kidding, that's pretty simple to understand. Then why do you keep rotating your shoulders in the downswing? The fulcrum in your golf swing, the primary fulcrum, there's multiple, is your lead shoulder. That lead shoulder is where your left arm is straight at impact. That's when the club should be at its deepest point in the divot. If this is rotating through impact, every single time the club is moving across the ball, it can't release. Your fulcrum, your pivot point, has to stay constant and allow the club to release in the same spot. Now, if I keep this left shoulder really quiet and I can sit here and look at you and do this all day and hit the carpet in the same spot every single time. Now, what happens as soon as I move my fulcrum? Oh, wipe that one. What if I hang back, moves that way? Anytime this pivot point is moving, inconsistency is going to be your punishment. So if this makes sense to you, I want you to take a look at this preview video. It's going to help you understand why you've been so inconsistent and how to get it back in your swing. If you like this video, make sure you click like down below and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have new videos coming out all the time. And at the end of the preview video, I want you to click the link. It'll take you to the rest of the video and a place that you can sign up completely for free. I'm going to give you 50 bonus videos just for signing up. If you struggle with inconsistency in your golf swing, listen up, because I'm going to show you one thing that you've probably never ever heard before. And in fact, if you're taking golf lessons, there's a good chance that your instructor is actually teaching you to do it wrong, that's making it virtually impossible for you to play consistent golf and hit your irons consistently in the same spot and get them to go the same direction. What is this concept? I call it moving the fulcrum. When you think about it, think about a grandfather clock for a second. A grandfather clock has a fulcrum at the top, and then it swings on a very slight arc, right? Goes up, going back, down, bottoms out in the exact same spot every time, and then comes up in the same spot, and it never misses the bottom of its swing arc, does it? Now, if you think about it, that's the whole secret to iron play, is getting the club to bottom out in the exact same spot, in the exact same way, every single time. That's all iron play is. If you can do that, golf's really simple. However, what would happen to my grandfather clock in the bottom of its swing arc if I started moving its fulcrum or its pivot point? So right now I'm going to keep it constant, pretty constant as I can keep my hand here, and now I'm going to move it. Oh man, club hasn't bottomed out in the same spot once, or maybe every now and then I get lucky and I get it to bottom out in the same spot. And how many times I do that? Maybe 1 out of 20? Sound like your golf swing? If so, listen up, because I'm going to teach you this concept you've never heard about keeping your fulcrums staying in the same spot so you can be the best iron player that you possibly can.